Hello, and welcome to Select 10. For those who enjoy grim survival tales, barren landscapes, and gripping human drama, Amazon Prime offers an extensive range of post-apocalyptic films that surpass the ordinary selection. This is not a list of already popular films. Rather, it includes hidden and overlooked films that are frequently left out when discussing the finest in the genre. So, if you enjoy end-of-the-world films that are highly enjoyable but don't always make the popular lists, this one is for you. Number 7. Doomsday. It is a 2025 science fiction thriller that Neil Marshall directed. The film is an action-packed extravaganza that combines ancient aggression, post-apocalyptic unrest, and dynamic sequences. The plot revolves around the lethal Reaper infection and chronicles Major Eden Sinclair as she guides a group into the restricted area to obtain a cure, but faces marauder clans and medieval rulers on the journey. This movie mixes apocalyptic gang warfare and Mad Max-style car chaos, all of which are visible instances of its inspirations. The action occurs in savage set pieces, car pursuits, hand-to-hand fights, and armor-clad knights that put unconditional adrenaline above narrative richness. While its weak storyline, shallow character motives, and over-the-top action often undermine its core theme, it delivers nightmarish punk meets ancient survival in a hyper-stylized future. Number 6. I Think We're Alone Now. It is a 2018 post-apocalyptic film starring Elle Fanning and Peter Dinklage. The movie centers on Dell, an organized lone survivor in a deserted New York City who follows a regular schedule that involves sweeping up, disposing of the dead, and labeling each vacant residence. However, things shift when a mysterious stranger named Grace shows up following a vehicle accident and asks to stay. Their growing interaction forms the focal point of the narrative, which delves deeply into isolation and the human desire for connection. The film's power lies in its ambient visuals and strong performances, but the screenplay's last act is excessively typical and emotionally less impactful. The story starts as a delicate character study, but then quickly changes into formulaic developments that seem disjointed. Overall, it is a calm, introspective science fiction drama that emphasizes character development, mood, and nuanced emotional journeys. It's perfect for people who enjoy character-driven, slow-moving movies, but it's not as good for audiences that are looking for traditional narrative or dramatic stakes. Number 5 is Hidden. It is a 2015 post-apocalyptic thriller directed by Ross Duffer and Matt Duffer. The movie centers on a small family who spend 301 days stuck in a shelter, avoiding enigmatic human-looking threats known only as breathers. The initial pace is slow. The threat appears far away until the final segment, when details about the breathers change the story in a shocking manner. It is a hidden gem whose atmospheric storyline transcends traditional horror cliches, delivering character-based chills and environmental suspense. Despite the absence of usual action or horror set pieces, its gradual buildup is compensated with a deft surprise and deep psychological connection. This underappreciated thriller is definitely worth seeing for those who want psychological, simplistic science fiction horror survival that stays with you long after the screen goes dark. Number 4. This Is the End. It is a 2013 apocalyptic comedy featuring Seth Rogen, Jay Baruchel, James Franco, Jonah Hill, all portraying overblown, fictional representations of themselves as shallow movie stars tangled up in a biblical apocalypse. What starts off as a wild house gathering swiftly devolves into pandemonium when scorching sinkholes erupt across Los Angeles, spilling death, damage, and even demons. The film combines dark horror scenes with humor as the industry's finest try to stay alive inside Franco's weirdly elaborate property. The film's primary highlight is its upbeat tone and openness to accept its own ridiculousness. However, as the apocalypse lingers, the humor becomes more extravagant, but the plot remains thin, using familiar cliches. Overall, it's a wildly enjoyable trip if you're in the mood for outrageous jokes, celebrity self-parody, and blatant visual takes on end-of-the-world stories, all topped off with a dash of unspoken emotions. Number 3. The Rover. It is a grim post-apocalyptic thriller from 2014 that takes place in the barren Australian desert 10 years after civilization has fallen apart. Eric, portrayed by Guy Pearce, is a seasoned recluse whose car is taken by a gang. When Eric finds Ray, one of the robbers, injured, he pushes the hesitant youngster to accompany him on his revenge-fueled quest across the desert to find those responsible. The movie forgoes extravagant action in favor of bleak visuals, such as the menacing photography and a sparse soundtrack that emphasizes the outback's scorching heat and desolation. Although Pattinson's breakout performance and Pearce's grim intensity are strong, the story's effect is diminished by the narrative's pacing flaws and thinness. So, expect a gloomy voyage rather than a thrilling ride, and an unsettling investigation of how even in the apocalypse, individuals hold to what they have left. Number 2. The Battery. It is a 2012 zombie thriller that challenges genre conventions on a low budget. The narrative tracks Ben and Mickey, who were formerly baseball teammates but are now unexpected survival partners as they travel through remote New England following a worldwide plague. While Ben responds to the cruelty with cold practicality, Mickey holds to thoughts of the past, hoping for peace and connection rather than savagery. Instead of providing endless undead action, The Battery relies on its intense setting and the volatile connection between its characters. Despite its modest budget, it presents a novel, genre-bending approach to zombie horror that puts more emphasis on interpersonal relationships than extravagant spectacle. Even though it doesn't have many spectacular moments, the raw mood and emotional honesty of the film linger long after the credits have rolled. Number 1. Light of My Life. It is a 2019 post-apocalyptic drama written and directed by Casey Affleck. The film follows a father as he journeys through a barren terrain with his little daughter, Rag, one of the remaining surviving girls, after an epidemic almost wipes out the globe's female population. Their bond serves as the film's emotional center, as he shields Rag from cruel men, posing her as a boy, and carefully teaches her survival skills while they traverse enormous areas of desolate towns and tranquil forests. The film has certain thematic similarities to past dramas like The Road, but its main attraction is its thoughtful father-daughter interaction. Ultimately, it is a profoundly human tale about moral conflict, love, and protection. Even though the premise isn't particularly innovative or action-packed, its emotional story and modest style make an impact. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. Do subscribe to our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.